if you black and you're playing a black role, okay, cool, you're black. I could see visually that you're black. Being gay is not a visual thing.
Okay, right.
And this and again, this is just me, and this is my opinion. Being gay is not a visual thing. So to be like, oh, you got to be gay to play a gay actor, to me, I don't think that would be true. But it might get to that whole thing, and where Loud will be, he won't even be placed in that situation and be like, oh, you got to play this role because you're gay. And I mean, you got so many people, fucking. You know, I don't want to bring Will Smith up yet, but you know, Will Smith. Will Smith, he played a role of gay.
Whoa, y'all.
Not you, nigga.
Make sure y'all refer to me as Will Walker.
Niggas know you ain't no actor, niggas. You ain't get no roles. You ain't get no roles out here.
Hold up. I was gonna say something about that. I was actually gonna say something about that because I remember that conversation we had with Jay Loud. I remember that.
Right.
And I remember he was talking to me and he was looking at me directly because I gave him. I think I gave him some sort of a look, and I was telling him that the role you play could potentially define your career. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that what he was doing, I mean, I know he loves acting.
Right.
And he would look at someone like Will Smith, you know what I'm saying, as
the nigga saying Will.
I had to do
put
that.
That nigga in quote. You put in air quotes. Air quotes.
I'm OG, you know, I'm OG. But I think
the less famous Will Smith.
Someone coming from hip hop into the acting, you know, career. You know what I'm saying? And is now successful. He's extremely successful. And his first major role, to my understanding, was a role where he played as a gay person. And that could have potentially defined his career. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, Jay Loud was looking at
but it didn't.
Huh?
It didn't.
It didn't what? It didn't define his career?
Yeah.
No,
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It didn't. But it could have potential.
I mean, niggas ain't even watch that shit.
He took a risk by doing that.
Yeah.
He took a risk by doing that. And I think that, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't know if I gave the right, you know, I don't know if I gave the right advice, but when I was talking to him, you know what I'm saying, because I know him personally, I was looking at it more as, okay, I don't know if I would want you to take that risk. You know what I'm saying? Because if it doesn't work out for you, that shit might not be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want him to be viewed for the remainder of his career as that's that gay dude. You know
that's what you want to do. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
Like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I don't roll like that. And
right.
I know he don't roll, and I know he don't roll like that. And I wouldn't want him to be viewed like that, you know what I'm saying, in a position that he might not necessarily. I mean, I understand he respects it as an art. He respects
it's an art. It's an artwork. Right.
Of acting, but I know he doesn't want. I know he wouldn't want that to define him. And what I was telling him that, you know, people that watch movies don't understand the art that goes into creating the movies, and they're gonna define you. They're gonna look at you. You're gonna be Cressy forever. You know what I'm saying? You are Cressy
until you do something that's better than that. That's gonna make you outside of that. They're gonna do it. I personally, I told him, nigga, I can't even be in a movie that me. Like, I don't want it even to be any question on how it. I can't go in a room, even if you don't see us together. I can't go in a room and a dude come behind me and you close the door behind me. And
but that goes. You, sir, are not a thespian. So no. And I expect that from you. I expect that from both of you. It's not that it's not a profession that any of you chose. So yeah, I expect you to have that. Mm-hmm. I don't expect Loud to have that thought. Him as a person or him in his profession to have that thought. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna you know, that's my nigga. That's my nigga, that's my fam. I'm not gonna be like, oh nigga, you gay nigga, you play the gay nigga. I know you. I know you and I've known you. And I know that you if you was, then fuck is you gay.
I was honored that he even asked me my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I was honored that he even asked me my opinion because obviously I ain't know him as long as you because you and him are blood family, B Price. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the fact that he even asked me, I was honored that he even asked me. I gave him my opinion, but at the same time, I let him know, like, look, whatever you decide to do, I respect it because I know you. I know who you are. I know you. And I respect it. But for your well-being, you know what I'm saying? For you and for your well-being, I wouldn't necessarily suggest you make that decision. But then again, you know what I'm saying? If he felt that that was something that he needed to do that was going to further his career, then I'd have to respect that. I got to respect that.
Yeah, and I don't think it's like a furthering of the career. Like, oh, you gotta play gay, nigga, to advance yourself. Or but I think a lot of people think that way about the black man and the dress. The black the emasculation of the black man and putting on a dress, like you got to put on a dress to be. But I don't think he's looking at it that way. Like, oh, I gotta play gay to get further in my career. It was more of a
saying that, and that's not
it was a role.
I just want to clarify that I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I do understand that. Because I do agree with that. I feel like black people are expected to do things that demean them to excel in the film industry. I do believe that. I believe that.
So you feel that being a homosexual is demeaning? I would have.
That nigga set you up. Don't let this nigga set you up, dog.
No, I'll touch that. I'll touch on that.
It's a layup, nigga.
I accept your challenge, my nigga.
Don't let that nigga set you up.
I accept your challenge, my nigga.
It's the alley, nigga. I'm throwing you the alley, nigga. You gonna dunk it, nigga? You gonna dunk it, nigga?
So to the gay community, I will say. To the gay community, I will say. I'm not demeaning your
Hold on. I see Price. Let me put that ears in.
Wait. Because I can't. Y'all can't be laughing. You can't be laughing. You can be laughing.
I'm not laughing, nigga. I'm listening.
I'm listening.
We listening, my nigga.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying.
What you saying?
What I'm saying is respectfully, people that have different opinions or different ways of life. Look at B Price face. Look at this nigga. Okay. I understand that my nigga J Loud is a heterosexual male, right? So if he has to play the role, if he is expected to play the role of a homosexual male, what I'm saying is, as an art form, as acting being an art form, I completely respect him for performing his art form to the best of his ability because he's one of the best. He's one of the best, not just because I know him personally, but he's one of the best because he's one of the best. So I commend him for accepting the role, if he accepts the role to play a homosexual person, which he is not. Right? He's acting as someone he is not, and I expect someone like him at his level of acting skill to do something like that. So what I was trying to express to him was that if you choose to do that, I expect that. I respect that. But if you do not want to be viewed outside of who you actually are, then I would suggest against it, because you don't know if you're going to be labeled as that role. You might play that role to a T, and I know he will, because he's a great actor. If he plays that role to a T, he is always going to be viewed as that person, and it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with being gay. I'm going to tell you, let me get into something real quick, and I'm not going to get on this too long, but I love comic movies because I love comic books. I love Marvel comics and all that shit, right? So when you look at somebody like Robert Downey Jr., right? Robert Downey Jr., who played Iron Man for who knows the fuck how long. I think he started playing Iron Man in like 2007 or 2008 or some shit.
But he was in Less Than Zero, too.
He what?
He was in Less Than Zero. Less Than Zero.
When was that?
He was in a lot of movies. Let that nigga finish his point.
He was.
Okay,
I want to hear this.
Okay, yeah.
He is recognized as Iron Man. Don't nobody give a fuck about none of them other movies he did. They look at him as Iron Man. That motherfucker is Iron Man. That's how they look at him. He's Iron Man. I mean, of course, yeah, there are a couple of motherfuckers who recognize, oh, yeah, he did some other movies here and there. Okay, yeah, fuck all that. But what I'm saying is, he is Iron Man. That's what motherfuckers see him as, because that's the shit that made all the money for him. That's the shit that motherfuckers recognize him as. That's the most widely recognized view that people have of him is Iron Man. Will Smith, not me, the side Will Smith.
Yes.
He happened to, he started off, one of his earliest movies was playing a gay role or some shit, right? He played a gay role.
6 degrees of separation. He was fucking.